This video is just to take a look at the things that I'm going to be trying to grow in my garden this year. I live in downtown Toronto and I only have a balcony on which to do my gardening, so I have a small container garden, and also I face north, so I have a fair amount of shade in which I am attempting to grow all this stuff. So I just wanted to take a bit of an inventory of all the things I'll be trying, and then later on in the year I can do some updates about what things are doing okay or not okay in the conditions that I have. And hopefully this will give some guidance to other people who have challenging light situations in which you are trying to grow edible things. So the first pile of stuff I've got here is an order that I made from the website Halifax Seeds. I grew up in Halifax, so that's why I decided to order from there, just a memory of home. Okay, so the first thing I've got is just a purple curly kale, nothing too exciting. Some Bright Lights chard. I'm trying to focus on mostly leafy greens on the balcony garden because of the low light situation, so hopefully these things will grow. I've also got this Bloomsdale spinach. I'm also trying out these little violets. It's a mix of different colors. They are starting to grow outside. They all germinated pretty well, but the flowers have not arrived and don't look anywhere near arriving. So I don't know if I have enough light for them to start producing flowers. If they do, then I'm hoping to use them as edibles and candy them and use them in baking applications. I also have some alpine strawberry seeds that I ordered. These are doing pretty well. I have them outside already, and I'm hoping that they will produce some fruit. From what I understand, strawberries don't necessarily need a ton of light, and also alpine varieties, from what I understand, need even less light sometimes. So hopefully this will produce some fruit. It's also nice to have not just conventional strawberries, I think, to have something a little bit different that you can't always get at farmers markets or at the store. And the final thing I got from Halifax Seeds is, I think, the thing I'm most excited about. It's a very tiny, compact, determinate tomato. On the package it says that they grow about, can't see what it says here, but I think they're supposed to grow maybe 8 to 12 inches tall. And from what I have read, this variety is called Red Robin. And from what I've read online, this specific type of tomato, the Red Robin tomato, is said to be able to grow in lower light conditions than tomatoes usually. So tomatoes, because they're a flowering crop, of course, need usually a ton of light. These are meant for growing on patios and windowsills, and are said to need a little bit less light. So I'm hoping that they will work for me, but if they don't, at least I tried. The next set of seeds that I have are two things that were hand gathered and mailed to me by my friend Julia and her mom. So the first is just some sugar snap peas. Julia and her mom grew these on their farm, and I tried some of the peas that they had grown last year, and they were amazing. And I liked them so much that Julia sent me some seeds to try for myself. They're already growing outside a little bit. They're little sprouts, but they look like they're doing well, so I'm really excited about that. And then the other thing that Julia sent was a package of dragon's tongue beans. So I understand that these are a kind of bush bean. They're really pretty. They have sort of like a speckled, like purple and beige kind of coloring. And Julia said that even if they don't grow any fruit, even if they don't get enough light to make beans in my balcony, that the flowers that they make are really pretty anyway. So that's exciting to try out. I've also got some seeds here that I ordered from the website organicseeds.ca. Unfortunately, I was much less pleased with what I got from them than the Halifax Seeds order that I did. So the first thing that I have here from Organic Seeds is a lettuce mix. They didn't indicate any of the lettuces that were in the mix online or on the package. And unfortunately, I had, to begin with, I had difficulty getting the seeds to germinate. It had a pretty low germination rate. And the other issue that I had was that it did not really seem to be much of a mix. What what grew for me were just some green leaf lettuce, like one variety of green leaf lettuce, and some arugula, and that was it. So I was a little bit disappointed that there wasn't more variety in there, and also I didn't really have very good luck with getting it to germinate. So that was not so successful for me. Another thing that I got from organic seeds was just some sorrel seed. I have not had tremendous luck getting this to germinate, and the ones I have that have germinated are still itty bitty, so it remains to be seen how well they will do. But I hope that they work out. And the final thing that I got from organic seeds, and the reason that I made my order from them, is because they had miner's lettuce available, which is not really easy to find seeds for in Canada. So I did not have very good luck getting this to germinate, again at a low germination rate. And the other thing was that when the seeds sprouted, they tended to have this kind of like a white stuff on them, and they seem pretty stunted in their growth. So I've never grown miner's lettuce before. I don't know if that's an issue with it in general, or if it was these particular seeds, or if I just was screwing up in growing all of these three things that I got from organic seeds. But unfortunately, I did not have very good luck with the stuff that I got from them, which is too bad. All right, then I just have a pile of a bunch of stuff that I've accumulated from some different places. The first thing I've got here is a variety of heirloom dill that I got. Unfortunately, I did not read the package carefully when I purchased this and did not notice the keyword mammoth. So I have, as I've mentioned, a small space and growing in containers. This is apparently something that gets like 5+ feet tall, which is not going to work out for me, and I just don't need that much dill. So I'm going to try growing it anyway, and if it starts getting unwieldy, I will just aggressively trim it back. So I may have way more dill than I bargained for, and I should have read the package more carefully. I also have these Honeybee yellow cherry tomatoes. These are a semi-determinate variety, it says. I never understand what semi-determinate really means, but I guess I'll see. These grew really rapidly. They sprouted up really, really fast and seem to be doing well. They have some flowers on them, actually. I just put the seeds outside, or sorry, the plant starts outside to start hardening off, and they already have some flowers on them just from being indoors. So I'm hoping to have some luck with this. If not, I'll try again. These are Spacemaster trailing cucumber seeds that I got. They're supposed to be good for growing in patios. Again, I know that cucumbers are a fruiting crop, so not recommended usually for trying in a north-facing balcony, but at a north-facing garden or a balcony garden that's quite shaded. But I'm going to try it anyway. If they don't work, not much is lost. If they do work, then I'm going to have some cucumbers, and I can prove the naysayers wrong. So I'm excited to try those. Buttercrunch lettuce. Nothing too exciting there. Then just a baby leaf lettuce mix. It's got red and green lettuces. This is already starting to sprout outside, seems to be doing okay. Yet another variety of tomatoes. I'm so eager to get something to grow of tomatoes. This is an indeterminate variety, black cherry. I've heard good things about this specific variety. I just thought that maybe it would be worth a shot trying an indeterminate, even though I don't have much space, to see if perhaps that will work better in a lower light situation. I really want to find something that works for tomatoes. And here I have some carrot seeds that were given to me by a friend who had no use for them. They're just a Nantes Coreless carrot. And I already have some of these started outside, and they seem to be doing well so far. French breakfast radishes. I'm not actually the hugest fan of radishes in the world, but I think I haven't really given them much of a shot. So I'm gonna do that because they are really good at growing quickly, and I think they'll do well in a lower light garden. So I'm gonna try them out, and also I might try different things like pickling them, or I've also heard that if you let them go to seed once they've grown, that the seed pods they make are actually really interesting tasting and delicious. So I'm probably going to try that as well and see if that will work out. And finally, the last seed package that I have of edibles I'm growing this year are just basic chives, nothing too fancy, but hopefully will work out well and taste good. I also just wanted to show a couple of things that I have directly growing outside that I don't have seeds for. So one of the things that I bought the other day was this garlic, which was already started. So I had no idea you could buy garlic starts, but I planted some garlic that my friend Julia, who gave me the peas and the beans, she had given me some garlic from her farm, and I planted it in October on the balcony, hoping that when the spring started that the garlic would pop up and grow. And then it all rotted. It didn't work out because I guess the containers got too cold from being exposed. So I had no garlic, so I saw these starts of garlic at the garden center, so I decided to try them out. One thing is that 2 of the 5 starts that were in the little package were actually upside down. So this one and the one over there, they were upside down in the container. So I don't know if that's going to affect how well they grow, but it'll be an experiment. And then over here in this 5-gallon bucket, I have 2 unknown mystery tomatoes. So last year I got some yellow cherry tomatoes at the farmer's market and really thought they tasted delicious, so I decided to save the seed. And this is just grown from that seed, so I have no idea what kind of variety this is. If I zoom in, you can see that this is the first day these have been outside, but they already have some little flower buds starting in a few different areas, which seems potentially promising. So yeah, I don't know if these are going to fruit, but nothing much lost if they don't. One other thing that I'm trying to grow is Jerusalem artichoke. So I just bought some tubers at the supermarket and planted it in the ground. This thing got off to a racing start, and then we had a couple of cold nights, and the leaves are indicating that they've seen better days. So I don't know if this is still going to grow or not. I know Jerusalem artichoke is supposed to be pretty hardy. We will see as time progresses. And then over here, this is a total experiment, but I got some ramps at the supermarket the other day, and I thought, why don't I try just planting the ends of them? They still had the roots attached, and see if they will grow. So it is still to be determined. It's been about a week, and they don't necessarily seem like they are dying or living. I don't know what's going on with them, but that'll be an experiment. We'll see if they take off. And here I've just got some herbs that I've bought starts of. I didn't really feel like starting all of my herbs from seed. So I've got some spearmint, some oregano, some parsley, and I'm planning to buy some more herb starts as the season progresses. So I'm planning to at least get some basil and maybe some thyme, and I might experiment with other things as well. But I think that herbs will probably do okay with the amount of light that I have on my balcony. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be growing for the year. I will do updates as the season progresses on what has been successful or not successful, and hopefully that will serve as a guide to those of you who also have low light gardens that you're trying to grow things in.